I'm live. I'm back. I'm dying.
Oh, welcome back.
Well, bam, there we go.
I was just watching the Sims videos.
Ooh.
I've been on a Sims thing lately.
I have not touched Sims in a hot minute.
It's so fun. There's so many mods. You can do anything.
Oh, yeah.
Like right now, I am perfecting my weed growing skills. To
Wait, you
make,
can do that in The
best
Sims?
crush.
Can you?
Absolutely, yeah. You can
the
do the nose candy. It's you can do everything, and you can like go to rehab.
What
It's a mod though.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was gonna say, Jesus Christ. Okay, that's probably also too why I see so many people like invested in like The Sims, because I'm like, I play like the normal Sims and whatnot. And I'm just like, I get bored of it so quickly. It's just like, yeah, I do everything and whatnot, and build my house up, and I was like, eh.
It's incredible. You can get serial killer mods. You can do
I've seen
anything that your heart dreams of. They have furries now. They have werewolves in The Sims now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You know what? Okay. How many Sims have you played? Like, what is like the furthest back that you played?
First one, can I tell you a really sad story? So growing up, I remember my brother playing The Sims on the computer, and I was like a house girl, loved playing house.
Yeah.
And oh my God, I wanted to play it so bad, but my parents wouldn't let me play it because there was sex in the game. So that's my first memory. And then the first game I had was Herbs, Sims in the City.
Okay.
That. And then my brother had Sims Bustin' Out on
wait,
PS2.
hold on. My cat wants a room. Give me a moment. And
my cat wants to what? I think mine's sleeping. She out doing something.
All right, continuing.
But it was The Sims 2 on PlayStation 2, I think. But the disc was scratched, so you could only play it to like a certain point. So I would just play the first part of it over and over and over again. That was from like my first ones, I think.
I think my first Sims, I don't know if it was the second one or I had a Sims on the Wii called Sims Castaway. And
I remember that.
It was
I never played that one, actually.
It was so fucking good. Like, actually, do they have it? Hold on, I need to check out Steam for a minute. Do they have this?
I know that, I remember, like, I think there were monkeys or, like...
Yeah, because you were on an island.
Bananas and the coconuts. You had to, like, climb a tree and shake them out.
You were on a...
that's the one thing I could not... I didn't get to play it.
Let me see if they have it on here.
It's on Girls Club. And you can get an emulator online now so that you can play like whatever games you want, and a lot of them are just free.
I don't know.
So you could probably still play The Sims Castaway if you want to.
I am trying. Well, I mean, they all have all the way back to Sims 1. But I know like The Sims Castaway was on the it's The Sims. That's why I'm fucking
stupid. It was a lot. What did you say? The Wii?
The Wii, yeah. That's what I don't know if it was on another platform.
Yeah, I'm a Sims girly until I die. Till the day that I die. I don't know. It's like Minecraft, where like you go into periods of like playing it for a month or a few weeks, and then you just completely stop, and then don't touch it for 6 months.
Yeah, let me see. I'm trying to find. I don't know. I don't even think they have it, to be honest.
What, like in Steam? Or something.
You might have to get like an emulator for it. I would play the shit out of that.
There's definitely an emulator for it, yeah.
I find, because it actually had a story to it where like you had to like escape the island, and
it's almost an RPG, yeah.
Yeah, and you had like 3 different islands you got to. Like your character had to make one raft that could sustain the water of like going to the next island. And you had to make a bigger raft to go to,
Have you ever played Fable?
No, but I know of it.
I feel like you would love those games. We are so ADHD, like it's so bad. But I was just thinking of it, and I was like, oh my God, you would love those games. Sad games, but loved those games.
I think I do have Fable on Steam. I just haven't touched it yet. I have so many games that I really want to do. I know, like I said, Dying Light is the one. Like I want to do that, and I want to do the second one because my computer can handle it now, and it's not a fucking potato.
Yay! It's not a fucking potato.
Let me see.
Do you think so? I love when you slip into your Irish accent on Ivy by accident. It's funny as fuck.
Oh, it's this. Okay, The Sims 2 Castaway. That's okay. So it's a part of The Sims 2 series.
We
Yeah.
are castaways.
Let me actually see if I can find it now on Steam.
That was a big song during COVID time on TikTok. Castaways. We are castaways. Ahoy there. Ahoy. So, what's going on with, I guess, Ivy now in the crossing? She's doing her hunting guild, right?
Wee, yeah. And it's like taking off like wildfire.
I'm so happy for you.
Oh, it's so fun. Okay, so pretty much like I've talked to you about this before. How Ivy like has always been like a solo character. And I've always, because the thing is with me, if like I've always been into like event RP and stuff like that. And I find that like if I want to do something, I don't want to wait on a people. You know, like I want to get shit done and I want to get it done on my time. I don't want to like have to like telegram somebody and like wait for them to wake up to, you know, start doing it. Like, you know, I'm like on that shit. I'm like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, I understand. That's something I had to learn too, is like I've been in situations where I'm just waiting on other people and it's just miserable. So I can't, if I ever get the itch, I'm like, bye guys, see you later.
Bye,
I can't wait around. I can't sit in one spot for a long time.
I can't either.
Nothing.
Yeah, I can't either.
But it's crazy because I can mine though. I can mine for like hours, but I can't sit in one spot.
Yeah. Well, it's like with me, like I can talk to somebody if it's like RP coming for me. Like if it's my RP, like I have to have a meeting with somebody. But if it gets to the point where like we're repeating the same shit, I on Ivy, I'm just like, okay, guys, we're literally talking about the same shit. Let's just fucking get up and
over
go.
and over.
Yeah, because I know.
Do it. Get shit done.
Yeah, because I know. I think it was Wednesday. Usually Wednesdays is like the biggest like hype for like the Hunters Guild. Yeah. And we went. And we were like, everybody was like standing around. We were in Strawberry. We're standing around. And they were like chatting with Storm and whatnot, like, you know, talking to people that they know. And Ivy's just like, okay, guys, come on. Like, we literally, like, it took me an hour and a half to actually set out and you know, go hunting. And I'm like, guys, come on, let's
that would drive me nuts. You have so much patience. I can't.
Well, it started with me waking up first and having to go and telegram people and then meeting with somebody. And then, like, you know, I wasn't standing around for an hour and a half, but I'm just like, I want, like, the RP to kind of go. Cause
you wanted to get started.
Yeah, because
you're excited about it. Of course.
Yeah. Like for me, like I have like a day job that like it's 7 to 3 o'clock, so like I have to go to bed at a certain time to wake up for that. So I don't want to be like on until like midnight.
Too. I understand. Yeah, I can't. I'm like back in my youth, or like a year ago, dude. Even sometimes lately, I used to be able to stay up so fucking late. Like I think last night was the latest I've been up in RP in a while. It was like 9:45 or something, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like so young and youthful. Like, look at me, I'm awake. Cause I don't know, dude. I've in my late 20s. I sound so dumb. In my late 20s, I've really started to slow down a lot, and I go to bed by like 9 o'clock. I'm like, no partying. I'm over it. Good night. So I feel the same about getting out at a certain time. Absolutely. That's why right now Natalia is working on doing Romeo and Juliet at the Theatre of Rayaloa.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do something like a 2-week play, nothing long, just like to keep people's attention and stuff. And we built a crazy, like, cool set. And I think it's really going to get people excited about it. So I like doing like sporadic, like last minute things like that are fun.
Well, that's the thing too. Like you have to like. I always find it like I always say in RP that you know shouldn't drag something on for too long, and you also shouldn't have things repetitive or happening like you know over and over again and at like really close dates and whatnot. So like say if you have an event that happens every week, it's gonna get really stale to a lot of people, where if you have it once a month and people are like, oh,
and it can even get stale to you because Spink and Natalia were talking about, like, she would come up with like all these ideas and then just drop them because that's what she does. Because I don't have the mental capacity and I just end up dropping it because I can't deal with it. And we were talking about, like, remember when they did the cinema? It was every Sunday and it was fun. It was really fun the first 2 weeks, and then we were just over it because it was like, every week, and no one's gonna
Yeah.
go to that because it's like
Yeah.
something we liked, but
I,
eventually it was,
I will say this. I
over
really
it.
wish. I don't know how he does it, but there was a guy. I think his character's name was Frank, and he
Okay.
had the ability to make custom videos and bring them into the crossing. Like I guess they went into like
Wow.
they went to the creative realm. Like they got the staff approval to do it, and they made videos, and then
Really?
yeah, but I don't know how
That's
they.
cool as fuck.
Yeah, but I don't know how.
I never knew that.
Yeah, I just don't know how though. Like you, I'm betting that because I don't think like it has to be something with a character that has the ability to do that. Because I don't think I've ever gone into like the tent in Valentine or whatever and actually seen certain videos that I've seen in the past been played. Like there was one.
I wish there was a camera prop, like to take pictures or pretend to take pictures.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
it
no,
just
no.
came to my head.
Yeah.
But, like that too, the movies. Like, oh, that would be so cool.
It would be really cool if they had like a photo album and you could use it and like take photos of like memories and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
that would be cute.
That would be
or
cute.
like lockets and things. Like Natalia has the locket, the picture like looks like Spank.
Yeah.
Like she's just like told everyone this is a picture of my husband.
Yeah.
And keeps it around her. Like that would be cute if it was like an object you could open and like put a physical photo in. I think that might be a feature in what server was it? It was like Ranch RP or something. I think they might have that feature over there. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I know they had
there in a second.
Yeah, they had it's changed. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say much on this podcast about that. I'm not gonna get into that detail.
I also have some comments, so
yeah. But yeah, so I'm so curious though about what 2.0 is gonna bring because I actually thought this update could have literally been 2.0 with the amount of shit that they brought into the server, and the fact
what
that
do you mean 2.0? Is there like another update coming?
No. So how servers work is it goes up, right? So like you have so
like
it was originally 1.9. Then you would think okay 2.0 would come out, and then they did 1.95, right? And like with this update though, I'm like this update could have literally been its own, like it could have been 2.0.
Maybe they got something else in the works.
That's what I'm wondering. And I know a lot of people are probably gonna hate me for saying this, but bro, bring fucking DOJ into fucking the server. Bring lawyers, bring fucking like court cases, like that RP. It would be fucking amazing to have.
I would like to say that it would make so much RP, but I understand that like the paperwork must be fucking nuts, and the UI and everything that you have to
put into
like
it,
program and dev to. I'm sure it's like crazy because then. I don't know if there's Discord servers for you were a ranger. One of your characters was there like a Discord for the rangers?
Well, I was
some servers do that.
I was a deputy. I was I wasn't a ranger. I was a ranger for like an hour, but they do have a Discord. Yeah, they have a channel for it.
Okay, yeah. So then they would have to work on the Discord for that. They would have to make their own set of rules, and then they would have to hire like a trusted member of, I'm guessing, staff to run it. And then getting everything. So I know it's a pain in the ass, and I get it, but it would be really. It would be
so
like it would be so cool to have like.
Yeah. Well,
can you imagine like people in their little judge wigs and shit in there?
That would be
my
so
God.
funny.
It would be great.
So like the thing is too, like okay, so back in the day, like this was like I don't even know, like last year, Ivy met with somebody that's no longer in the server, or they made their RP as a different character, but they knew a lot about like being like a lawyer and stuff, and
that's cool.
You know, you have people in the server who actually like have either role played on like say like another server as such. Or have experience or whatever. But like they were saying how this one person was saying to me that the way that it works, so like I don't know really, it looks like now they're kind of getting a little bit of a justice system in the works with like the electric chair and like the trials and stuff.
Judge for Hank Hansen. Like a trial. Or whatever.
So like they're slowly like starting to like I see it more and more. But I know that before then there was a girl, the person that I was talking to talked to somebody else in the department in the law department. I guess that was kind of like in charge of like the yay or nay say. I don't know. That's how they worded it, and they were saying how the person in the department was just like they really didn't want to kind of be that in that position because it made no sense. Like
I've heard some people say, like, argue the argument that law was the judicial system back there, which is not true. Just the time, I mean, if we're going out the historical accuracy, it's actually not accurate and it's not correct.
Oh, actually, give me 1 minute. I have my phone in my bathroom.
I feel like that's an invalid.
Give me a minute. I'll be back.
Yeah, sure. All by myself. I don't want to be all by myself.
Okay, I'm back. But yeah, no, that would be. I'm curious to know if, because even on Ivy, like I've mentioned it to like Romeo and like people who've been around for a long time, and they also like like I do understand. Like I've heard it all before from like I've heard it from people who like I want it. I've heard some people who say like no, and I'm like, realistically, the court or like that are like that type of like what do I call it? The court system was already invented, right? Like it was invented in like the 1700s, and or even before then. I can't remember how I searched it up, but it would be something nice to have in the server. Like it would bring so much RP, and I do understand. It makes it's frustrating to have to put everything together, but it's just like bringing that kind of genre to like the server.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's an RP server, and I think it would be an incredible RP, but I completely understand how it's just a lot of fucking work and time.
Yeah.
For most of us who have, like, full-time jobs too, and this is just a side thing, like, I get it. It would take a lot of time, and it would just be another whitelisted role, and that's just more applications to go through and more,
Like I know too, like I don't know, it was one of the dev streams they were streaming, and they were showing, I think it might have been Kono's stream, and he was showing Mexico. Yeah, he was showing Mexico, and I didn't know. I've never played the physical game of Red Dead, so I have no idea. Like,
really?
Yeah, I've never played it.
Not even the first one?
No, not even the first one. I have never. Well, I mean, the first one I didn't have, like the game. Let's just say until like my brother got it, but it was my brother's game. Like when you're kids, it's like you get a game, it's your game, no one's allowed to touch it, kind of thing. So that was that. Yeah. I mean, so
that was all of my brother's games. I wasn't allowed to touch. Ha.
Yeah.
He would get home like an hour later from me, so I would play Oblivion for like an hour and then like quick turn the Xbox off and like so he didn't know. But the first Red Dead, that was the first game that I ever finished, and I was like
for me
15, 16, and it was a big deal for me because I'm not good at like skills in games. But I love the story and I love like the roleplay of it all, so that's what I would do.
Yeah. For me, my first game was the Spyro trilogy for PlayStation 1. That was my first that I go way back with consoles. Like I had the Nintendo, and then I had the Sega Genesis, and then I had the PS1, but as a kid, you kind of like we had more, how to say it, easier games on the PS1 as like a little kid, so like that's what we would play more on, and we had like Sonic for the Sega, and then on the
Sega, that brings me back.
Yeah, and then on the Nintendo, we did have Mario. I think we had Mario, but it was my dad's console, so like it was kind of like not in our possession.
Yeah, I understand.
But bro, like, that was something. But no, back to the topic. He was showing Mexico on a stream because he was talking about like, I guess somebody in his chat was mentioning like, why don't you guys do something in Mexico? And like he was flying over, and like the thing is, he mentioned, and it's true, he was like, the thing is, if we open like Mexico or do something in Mexico, how many people will actually stay and go over there? Because right now in the West, there's hardly anybody over there to begin with, right?
Yeah, that's 100%.
I feel like now there's more because
it'll
they
be like
have,
a Guarma,
Yeah, And like, but I feel like now they do have more people because of like, you know, the village and like some other things that are down there. But he was
yeah. If they could make it into like a Guarma type thing, I think that could be like if there's one in the north and you know, you could go with
yeah.
it. I don't know. That
But
would be neat.
he was flying over on his character, and again I
Oh,
have
like over to Mexico.
over because he was
Oh, that's cool.
he was coding at the time, and he flew over, and it literally looked like he was mentioning. I never played the first game, but you could see it was like the road in the ground from like a town or something. And he was like, I wonder if it's from the first game. The devs just kind of like did it as an Easter egg. Like you could see like the road maps and stuff like that. And it was just like, oh, okay.
I don't remember. I played that first game so long ago.
Yeah, it's so funny though having people stare over from Armadillo and being like, "What the fuck is that fort?" Like, you know, like that's Mexico. Like the amount of people who just want to go over and just explore that fort is insane.
Well, it's cool. It's like some of the new additions, like the that new indigenous area and tall trees, and then there's that island, like the new island by roads that you could go on.
Yeah, well, not really a new island. It has
same island, new shit on it.
Right?
Yeah.
So
new things. I'm sorry. It's cool stuff. I like it. Character went there the other day. It was very nice.
Yeah, it like again too, like going off of what you were saying though, if they did like a teleportation thing where it like for Guarma, but for Mexico, I feel like that would be really
cool.
It would be. It would be just to come over. I want to know. I've tried on my character. I know you've tried. I know other people have tried with like the boats trying to get to Mexico. I want to know if somebody's actually physically attempted to get over there with their.
Tried multiple times. Yeah,
you know what?
Sure. I don't. You know how many people have probably tried that? So many.
I have an idea, and I don't know if it would work or not because of the cliffside. If somebody takes one of those tall fucking wagons and goes down near the waterfall, goes over and uses it to pry their character up on the ledge.
It's just crazy talk.
Have you been Ivy?
Fail RP. That would never happen in a realistic life. What's wrong with you?
Have you seen what's wrong with Ivy? Ivy's fucking Ivy's
I know.
Hell, we fucking.
My God, it's so funny too. I have to tell you really quick. Spink's cousin, Vino, is in town, and he's like very, very Italian. And we were like just riding around, and we started riding on the train tracks. And he's like, "Oh, where are we going? These are the train tracks, Spink." Like he didn't, and it just reminds you how desensitized and fucked up we are. Like where we're like, ride on the train tracks to get to like where we need to go.
Yeah.
Or like,
I know back in the day, a lot of people really like brought it up. You know, their characters said a bunch of it, but even like I see like the law now even goes on the train tracks. Like it's the thing where it's just like it's fucking just take the fucking train track, you know.
Oh my God, I remember Natalia was riding on them once, and it was like Fables, who was Clem's when she was Law. She's like, I think she was going by accident, but she was like, "Who's the delinquent?" Like riding on the train tracks, and she cracks me the fuck up. Oh my God, that shit made me laugh.
I remember
the delinquents ride on the tracks.
I remember it was actually a weeks ago, and Ivy was going on the train track that goes from Valentine to Rhodes, and like how there's like little sections of bridges, and the one bridge near, you know that little tiny station, like near that one bridge going, like it's like a little tiny building on the side of like the train track. It's like a shack.
But keep going.
I was right there, and there was two people coming, and I was just like, oh, I can just jump down onto like the ground below. Bitch, I thought that the cliffside was a little smaller than that. Ivy went flying.
Oh my God, did you black out or whatever?
Oh yeah, I blacked out, but the people that were crossing came down, and I was just like, fuck that cliff. Because you know, sometimes
so glad they found you.
Well, they were like right there as well when it happened.
Okay,
yeah.
Good.
But like, it wasn't that like it literally was not that big of a jump. It was really like small, but the horse made it, you know, made it feel like that.
What's the longest that you've been downed for? Like till someone's found you.
4 hours.
I want to say the same. It was like 2 hours one day and 2 hours the next day.
Yeah, no, I stayed. I was in my stream for 4 hours, and I
think she was in Coulter. She was stuck in the snow. People couldn't see her. But you streamed for 4 hours while you waited.
I was streaming for because I think I don't know if there was any rangers around or whatever, but I kept doing like that because I literally the saying of getting hard in or stuck in a hard spot or whatever the saying goes, a rock in a hard place. I literally got stuck in a rock in a hard place. So I was riding my horse up behind Annesburg, and I was trying to look for what the fuck's that herb called? It was a type of flower or whatever that's out there in a bush.
Violet snowdrops?
No. But I don't know. But I was out there, and I was on like the mountains that kind of like go like behind like Annesburg, like they're massive. And I tried to go up. It wasn't that steep of a fucking hill, and I tried to go up there. My horse slipped, turned around, launched Ivy off of it, and I literally slid down on like probably like a 70-degree slope in between two rocks that were like in a V shape, and I was stuck in between both of those. And I was like, oh my actual fucking god. And yeah, so I was there for 4 hours, and I kept like respawning my character and trying like calling for help because I'm like, bitch, I'm not losing the shit that I have on me.
Every 20 minutes or whatever. Yeah, it depends. I try to say, like, if you're not willing to lose it, like, don't keep it on you.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, even so, Ivy, story time is for people who are watching. Ivy originally, instead of like the Hunters Guild, we wanted to have like a sisterhood guild or something like that. Do a sisterhood.
The Dark Sisterhood. Think about Oblivion.
Yeah, or think about Skyrim.
Skyrim.
The Brotherhood. Yeah. So it was Ailish, Natalia, and I at first, and Ailish and I went out to, we went out into the frontier, okay? And Ivy had all her good stuff on her, not like her bolt action or anything, but I had my like $12,000 gun on me, which was like my double barrel shotgun, or not shotgun, the pistol or whatever it's called, volcanic pistol, and it was all done up nice and everything like that. And I had my other advanced bow on me, and I had some other things that I can't fucking remember. But we were trying to get down, and I know that there's a way to get down by Adler's Ranch. I can't fucking remember where it was. And my character, so I told Ailish, I'm like, don't go too close to the ledge because you're gonna slip. Fucking she slips. My character takes one step forward and fucking slips after her. And I'm like, oh my fucking god.
Oh, do you remember when that happened to us in Coulter on the girls' trip? It was like one by one.
Yes,
we all fell off the ledge.
Yeah, and Oni found us, but I was trying to find the entrance that Oni found before, because we literally went down near the same spot that we went down to for the girls' trip, and I was like, where the fuck did Oni come down that was safe like this on her character? So that was a thing that happened.
She probably slid down safely.
Probably.
Yeah. Like I said, mine was Coulter, and Nat was just like stuck in the snow because the snow just covered her. Like they just couldn't see her.
Yeah.
But like they rode by her so many times, and I was yelling, but I don't know. I was muted. I don't know. And
yeah. Well, like I feel bad whenever it's Dusty, because I know people have approached Ivy before on character and been like, oh, I remember you passing by, and I was screaming for help, and I'm like, bitch, if you were, I fucking didn't hear or see you, because Ivy is so aware of her surroundings. Like,
I'll say not because of the life she lived. Yeah.
Yeah.
And one time, on Natalia, I rescued this guy who had been out there for like 4 to 7 days, like in the middle. And it was the weirdest spot. It's from Valentine to Rhodes. It was like by that little bridge, like you go over, and he just accidentally flung off his horse and he was there
Valentine
for a long time.
Rose in the little bridge. I'm trying to remember what little bridge.
Yeah, it was like a little bridge.
Is it connecting through the bayou? Is that like the one of those? Because I don't.
No, from Valentine to Rhodes, and the only way that we found him was because we got in a horse accident and like Spank and Nat flew off, and then he was like, "Help me!" I was like, "Who?" Like it was so bizarre that we just like happened to run into them.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about RPs, like those weird, like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So the amount of people that I found down in weird locations, and like the amount of people too, like I've helped off their feet or whatever that like literally just went down, and I'm just like, oh, thank God. I always ask the question on Ivy, I'm like, oh, how long have you been knocked out for? Like, and people are like, oh, just a few minutes or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, okay. That must be fucking nice.
Yeah.
I still wish though that like I don't know why the people that made Red Dead didn't make it that you like can't swim for a long period of time. Where like in GTA you can literally just swim and you can. I wish that you could like go like swim down in the water and stuff like that.
GTA. Oh, you mean Red Dead?
In Red Dead.
I'm having flashbacks to when we were purple and we were in Cayo Perico, diving under tanks. I'm having flashbacks.
War flashbacks.
War.
God,
yeah, I've been wanting to play over there lately, but my like tab menu isn't working. And nobody will help me fix it. And I'm in the Discord like, someone please help me. And
yeah, I find that with in GTAs and in servers and whatnot like that, if it's a big server like that, a lot of people just ignore anybody who's asking for help.
The UI is just not working. Like a couple people said something and like tried to help, but I don't know what to do to fix it, and it's a bummer.
Yeah,
I can't get food. I can't. And it's like, then I can't play by myself because if I can't get food, you know. Just buy from people, I guess. People who make it.
Yeah, like, I know, like, you know, purple was really fun, but I kind of, like, I think I got my, like, my fill of, like, GTA RP before the update came out. But I feel like now with my 2 characters that I RP as on Wild, like, it takes up my time. And then, like I said, like, I want to do variety streams, like, you know. Originally, like I said, Saturdays I wanted to do a community stream, but I'm like, this podcast is like, it's so much easier for me to just sit here and like, you know, talk the shit. Because like we always do that, right? We always just sit around and talk anyways. It's like, fuck it, why not make a video out of it? Why not? You know?
Yes, absolutely.
So
we do be chatting about everything.
But I do want to play games with like I said. Playing games with somebody else, even if it's just like one person, is so much better than trying to play like a game solo by yourself. Unless there's a story to it. I agree. But
I'm just gonna warn you, I'm a jumpy ass motherfucker, and when we're gonna be playing these, I'm gonna be girl. If our mic's on a Discord, I'm gonna be blowing out your little ear.
Do you have
I'm
Dying
so bad
Light?
with the jump scares. I think it's because I grew up with an asshole older brother who jumped.
Well, okay. Do you have?
I'll have to look it up.
You should get it because
it's on like $8, right?
Yeah. Well, it's on. I don't
Do
know
I have to shoot things?
Yes, it's a zombie. It's a zombie game.
Oh God, I'm so bad.
I
will try. You're gonna have to carry me. You and Savannah, you're gonna have to carry me the whole way.
Yeah.
At least you know I'm very self-aware. I know I'm.
Yeah, well, okay, so you're probably gonna hate it at nighttime because
God,
at night.
What is it? It's on Steam.
Yeah, it's on Steam.
Okay. No, I see it.
Yeah, it's still 70% off. So. Yeah. So for me, yeah, it's an old game. It's
How old is it? I mean, how much is it?
Originally. $33.99.
Hell no.
No, the original price. Right now it's on 70% off, so it's like $9, $8 for Americans.
Thanks but it's for specifying where I'm from.
I mean, I'm from Canada. Our things are like 10 times more expensive than over in the States.
Made me laugh. Dying Light. Gore. It's gory?
Yeah, it's a zombie game. What do you mean? But yeah, 2015 is when this one came out. There's the second one that came out, I think, last year or the year before. But it is overwhelmingly positive. It's such a fucking good game. You can parkour as well, like up buildings and shit like that, and customize making guns. At nighttime, these special zombies come out that are like mutated and like they're like weird like mutated beasts or whatever. I forget what they're called, but it's a fun, stupid game. And
I'll add it to my wish list to get a Discord daddy to buy it for me.
Yeah, because I told Sav, like, I'm like, because she was mentioning playing the second one, and I'm like, if we play the second one, I want to play the first one because I think the stories intertwine. And I also want to play some of those. But I also want to play some of those other games that I mentioned to you before, or that I showed you.
I want to play the hide and seek one.
Yeah. We want to get more. We need more
the
people.
Prop games too. Like
the prop ones, yes.
Prop ones.
That one I really want to play.
We were talking about doing that with
I know that
Pain and Diaz.
Yeah. Pain and Diaz one. I said that he would be down. I know Sav said yes.
I think Michael would do that with his too.
Ask him.
Yeah, for sure.
Cause also too, like I said, tomorrow I don't have anything planned. If it comes down to it, I'll probably just gonna try to find a game to play solo. Like I could technically play Dying Light 1 by myself. Or
I'll play it with you. When are you planning on playing it?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Like I said, I have nothing planned
what time?
tomorrow. I don't I don't know. Whenever I decide to wake up.
Okay, well, yeah. We'll be on Nat tomorrow sometime, and then we have the sisters on Monday.
I can't fucking wait. But
the way I've been researching cryptids for this character.
I'm trying to think if there's anything in the crossing. I know there's like the giant skeleton that's there.
There's a cryptid wiki. Well, it's
you can also
alleged. Like, I know a rumor in the server or whatever in the crossing is that little church in
I was
the
about
swamp,
to say
like,
I was about to say the tiny
something.
I was about to say something about
and I
just
want to make shit up too, like
well, there's that, and there's like I know the one thing I told Sav this is if we ever discover the building with the mutated like pig body in it, you know what I'm talking about? Like it's a laboratory, not the one that's up in like it, but it's a house.
I know what you're talking about. It's the one you have to jump up on top of the roof. Yeah, for sure.
If we ever find that, and like that the RP that will come from that is gonna be absolutely blown out of like the air. Like we are gonna lose our shit. But no, RPing as those characters is so much fucking fun. It's so like refreshing to have to do that.
Even though we were both on them for 5 minutes and they got like robbed.
I wasn't robbed on. What? Oh.
Really?
Yeah. No. I was. Well, I don't think. No, I think I was gonna be kidnapped because they came up the way that they came up to me, and then they found out because it looked like I was kind of new and figuring out my settings, kind of thing. Because I kept staring at my book on my character and like kind of spacing out. But I was kind of waiting for Sav to like get on and be her, be our cousin or whatever. Because I told her.
Wait to build a little room like too.
Oh yeah, like I told her this, and I was just like, whenever I'm like first, because me having to do like the posh English accent from the start is like really hard. But when she came in, like my confidence like went up because like we've RP'd together so many times, and like
and that was like me when I had to do the Irish accent with you and Purple. I was like, okay, once I was with you, I was like, okay, I got it.
Yeah, because
it's like it was a lot easier to talk like that.
Exactly. It's like
when we were together, it was a lot easier.
Yeah, and now it's just like comes easy to you, right? Just a fucking
and it is something that I could never do before, so I was very excited about it.
God. And the English accent's gonna be really like I mean, you've done the English, like the posh English accent before.
Well,
like,
you say it sounds like an old lady, so I've been trying to figure out how. I can't do it, but it's partially because they smoke like a chimney, and it just feels right to talk like this.
I mean, you could technically.
And the man came up to her and it was like, "Why do you sound like you're crying?" She said, "I'm not crying. That's just how I sound."
Do you sound like an old lady?
That is not how I sound. No, I know, because I think Spink said that to Natalia too when she did that, because they used to do voices for like the cinema, and he said that to her too. You sound like old lady. I'm like, well, she's like a pretty young lady, so maybe people like won't mind.
You just say that you've been smoking for like for fucking years, and your voice just changed.
Yes, I've been smoking since I was 7 years old. I heard that it was very good for your lungs. It's like exercise for them, the way that they expand and everything.
Oh,
Father said it was very good for you. I don't believe so.
Oh my god. See, like, I also like want to say quirky stuff like that too.
I don't believe so. How else are you supposed to talk like that?
Yeah, see, no, you're getting better at it.
Do you think that's a little bit better? Am I talking a little bit
that's a little,
clearer?
that's better. Yeah, that's better.
It's, yeah.
Again, the thing is, once we start RPing as our characters more and more, it'll become more easier, and like we'll become sensitized to it and just do it. Like for me, my Irish accent that I always pull off, like it's just something I'm sensitized to. So like I fucking do it all the time, you know. So there's that.
Yeah, I understand.
Oh god.
I understand. I'm excited to do like the room, like their museum, and then like their little bedrooms there.
Yeah, like my idea was having like not like almost like a museum, but like a library almost, where we had bookshelves like with different artifacts on
like
it.
histories and like history. Yeah, and, like, you know, it could be a library about like weird shit like cryptids and like just
and then having like also
locations.
Like because you can buy like glass bottles of like, you know, like a foot of something, or like, you know, but also get like certain I think they sell them. I'm not too sure. I
You
know.
can get weird shit. Do you remember that you used to be able to like dig up severed hands and shit?
I don't know if you can do that anymore. I don't know.
Yes, you used to be able to because I played a character inspired by Wednesday Addams and someone gave her a hand named
Oh,
like it. And I was like, oh my God, it's so great. Severed hand.
yeah.
I think Natalia got one at some point too, but stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't fucking dug potatoes in such a long time. But
don't remember. I used to. That's all I used to do. I would dig and dig into the ADHD. Like
people.
we would just be sitting out in a field talking. I'm like, okay, I need to. So I just start digging. Everyone's like, what are you doing? I'm just like, I gotta.
Yeah, I don't know if they. I don't know if they fixed the animation for shoveling, or you still can't tell if a person's shoveling or not. Like, you know how before you were shoveling, but a person couldn't see the animation of you doing it. I don't know if that's a thing that was fixed or not.
I remember. Who knows?
Yeah, but no, like the room that I was thinking of is like having like our main living room. Like I actually have like a cute little like nook with a fireplace and like a sofa and stuff like that. But have bookshelves and like pictures of like, because you can buy the herb pictures, right, with all the different like herbs in the crossing.
Yes, they could do that.
And then have, I don't know if they sell, like, I don't know if I've seen it or I'm imagining it, but one that has like a butterfly or like butterfly like how do you pronounce it? Like their bodies or whatever, it framed up. I don't know if you have that. But like I know
they're called, I forget, cuz I really want someone like some IRL. Like I love that stuff, but it's just one of those things. They're so expensive and I never come across them and they're hard to like determine if they are actually like
legit?
They die humanely. Yeah, because sometimes they fucking gas butterflies. We're not going to talk about that right now. But you don't want to hear those opinions.
But that's a kind of like, and then having like, because I know you can buy like, I mean you pointed out Natalia's when I bought like the jar of like the pig's feet or whatever for an Ivy's house. Like have something like that, but pretend it's like some like it's like a different like species of something that we found like out in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. Like if we like say we found the giant, down the road, if you do find like the giant body, we take like a little sample of like it's like of its like a finger or something like that, and we put it in a glass jar. We bring it back and we put it on a shelf, and then we write up a poster of like on this shelf you'll find ... So if people come in, they can just read on the notes of like what you're looking at.
Yeah. I'm excited about it.
And then, like, we could have a desk.
We need to get on that because I want to decorate her little room. I want to be immersed.
Yeah,
I might. It would be so cute.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get Ailish, which is Dimples, to kind of probably stay in a room with me then.
Okay.
And then we'll just have like two like small beds, and then do other things in there. Because I know she also wants her own.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I know she also wants her own like space to put all her collectibles and whatnot, so I'll probably just
for sure.
I'll probably like stay in a room,
or like we could always be our characters in a room since they're sisters, and she could have her, like it could be whatever.
Oh yeah, because we're technically gonna probably take up with our collectibles and whatnot in like the main room, and like she can be in the like the other room, yeah, and we could probably get like a double bed and then like put a bathtub in there and everything like that.
No, they need to have separate beds. That's not normal. Sisters don't sleep in the. Are we in Alabama? I like. You need to let me design that bedroom. It would be so cute. I need to pick their matching little bedsies.
Can you buy decent small beds though? Can you?
Yes, there are some really cute ones, if I do say so myself.
Okay, because yeah.
In Saint Denis, there's a couple. There's one with like a blanket over it, and they have two. There's one that's like fancy, and it's a single, but that they're fancy and they're cute.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can already like picture like how I want like the main like room to look and whatnot. Like I said, like I want to at least have like a desk in there, like a little office space where you can like write our journals and stuff like that.
Yeah, cute.
And then like, if our characters get known enough for what we do, like have like little appointments and bring people in and like they can admire the work that we've put together and whatnot. I know, I don't know if it was you I was talking to. I think it was you last night when I was saying like these characters are like really fun for now, but I know like, down the road and whatnot, we're probably not gonna like continue playing as them. It's probably gonna like, we're probably gonna run dry of certain things until like another update comes out that has something.
Oh yeah,
of value.
well it depends. Yeah. It's like what you create, it's what you come up with, like, because for my character I feel like there's endless cryptids and things that she can
Mm-hmm.
research and go after. And I feel like since they're so into fairy tales, maybe they could like be traveling readers and storytellers, or something like that, sharing stories and things. Or there's you just gotta be creative. I feel like there's a lot we could do once
Yeah.
we get past that certain, like, we've found every cool thing in the crossing, and we've,
Yeah.
like, or maybe we found every weird cryptid, or we found every weird, you know.
Yeah.
It's always always could be like a new chapter. It's just a matter of if we're like over it or not. Like, you're right.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Guess we'll never know. We'll figure it out.
Or
But I'm super excited about that. That's the only reason why I kind of want to get grinding on her a smidgen, is because I would like to get working on that museum and stuff, because I think it would be cool if it was advertised like in the paper, like
yeah.
oddity museum, like that's fucking cool. I would go there,
Yeah.
in RP.
Look, I know.
That's sick as fuck. And a ticket is like $25, something,
Yeah.
or
Like
$5, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too. Like, I wish, like, I know the building I keep talking about in Blackwater. Like, even if it, like, if they made it into like the one I keep saying, like, it would be nice if it was a courthouse, or even make it into an actual museum. Like, I feel like either or would be really cool, because that building is so big. Like, even if the devs did up the, like, you know what I'm talking about, right? Where, like, it's like the,
yeah,
the second
in the
bank
square, and it's like,
yeah. Like, if they did that up, and like they made like the little circle of a walkway, they had a fountain there and whatnot, and like
yes.
they moved.
I've seen servers where they have all of it like restored, and
Yeah.
I forget where it was. Maybe it was Ranch. I was like, oh my lord,
Yeah.
this is fancy.
Ranch had a lot of unique things that they put in, especially in Valentine and whatnot. But I mean,
yeah, but respectfully, you're sacrificing cool features for like not quality roleplay. Respectfully, so.
Yeah, there was a lot of things in there in that server that I know people who have roleplayed there before were like, it was kind of like, the thing is, the reason I love Wild more than any server is because you're not restricted to it's not like say in GTA, if you want to own a business, you have to put an SOP in, you have to, do this, do that. Where in Wild, it's like, hey, somebody's running out of the gun store, put a poster up or whatever. If that person leaves and they're not around anymore, someone else can take it over. Nobody owns anything in a unless it's their own, like, house or apartment, or their guns. Like, other than that, people are free to have whatever type of roleplay they want to have. That's why I feel like,
it encourages roleplay.
Exactly. Even if it is slow burn,
That's
still.
why I think the judicial system would be so great. Teehee. So that's why I think the judicial system would be so great. I was joking about it in RP the other day. Natalia was like, if he, talking to a lawman who was saving Eli Blair's life, she's like, if he dies in your hands, I'm going to sue you for everything you have. And he's like, that's not very nice. It's so funny.
I love the characters that, like, they're RPing as they're, like, like silly, like scared or anything, like stuff like that. Like, I love it when they they get quirky, and so I'm like, bro, these are the characters I love RP with.
When Nat and Spink were making up and she was crying, I was like, like, oh my god, like,
you were like ugly
like
crying.
So much fun. I know. I was like, let me get into this. Like, I love the drama, like RPing that.
That's why I like when I fuck with Romeo, and like we call each other, like, we call each other names and stuff like that, and I'm like, you bolt fuck, or like I make fun of him, and he's like,
that's
he's
not
he's like yeah, I call Gideon bald fuck all the time, but like it's funny because like Romeo will be like, say like, what the fuck, bro, like he'll talk,
bro,
he'll like, what the fuck,
he's so funny,
and then like he's he just cracks me up, but I think we bounce off each other, and that's what, like, we always like being around each other's characters.
For sure. And that's how I feel about Coco too. Hearts Coco. Love him. Oh my god, he makes me fucking laugh. Holy shit. Even though my character like doesn't like him.
Oh, I need to show you. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. There was I think I have it on TikTok. It was him in, do you remember Kai by any chance? He would be
Taipan.
He used to be, but before that he wasn't. He was. So I met Coco and Kai, or almost
That
around
was
the same.
that was so long ago,
Yeah, it was
man.
like Frontier Food.
Holy
That was
shit.
like a year and a half ago.
Kai, yeah, because Kai, that automatically, I was like, okay, that was someone. Yeah, I remember that.
You're probably thinking of
You were
Ko.
following me at the beginning.
Oh,
like,
that's what it was. It was
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Ko. Oh, he was so cool, man.
Okay,
I
you want to
loved
know
that character.
Do you
What a
know?
great
Do you
RPer.
remember Chef in what was I don't know Chef Lou? Do you remember him?
Lou? I had no
Chef?
idea.
Remember the guy that ran the Chinese shop for a little bit beside Taipan?
Never met him, but I know that he was running it. I remember that.
Okay, that was Ko. That was his other character that he RP'd as.
Aw,
Yeah,
that's
and I
so
was like, I didn't know it was because it was a different accent, right? So I
Wait,
didn't
are
know.
you talking about the somewhat recent opening of it? Like the last opening of it? That was somewhat recent?
Yeah,
Not
and
somewhat
he
recent,
was.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
the Jade
cool.
was it the Jade Dragon? Yeah, I think it was Jade
Yeah,
Dragon.
it was the
Yeah,
Jade Dragon, and they had like a wagon out front.
yeah. That
And
was.
they would, yeah, for sure. Okay,
That
I
was
remember.
him, and I didn't know that. And then he came into my stream, like, "Oh, I enjoyed RPing with you today," and I'm like, "What?" And I'm like, "I haven't seen you in a long." I know his like a Discord name, and I'm like,
yeah, for
and I'm
sure.
like, "Who?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And he's just like, "Oh, I'm Chef." I'm like, "Bitch, what the hell?" Like, oh god.
You're just like shocked. That's how I felt about, Carlo's wife, Josie.
Mm-hmm.
That's Photo Chick. I love that bitch. We role played together in Ignite 1985. She played a character called Kimmy, and she was really good with my character called Lola. And she was like very loud and boisterous and talked like this.
Oh god.
And I was around her, and I was always like, God damn, your voice sounds like so familiar, but I couldn't. And then it just came to me one day, and I DM'd her, and I was like, oh my God. It's always like so exciting when you reunite like
Yeah.
with someone. You're like, bitch. That recently happened to me in Prodigy. I ran into a role player that I RP'd with like 2 fucking years ago. Haven't RP'd with them since the server like went down. And it was like, oh my, like such happy reunion. Like,
God, it is so strange.
We were in a sorority together in RP. Yeah.
It is so strange on how many servers like get hype and then it just goes like it falls flat on its ass. Like,
Are you talking about Ignite?
well, yeah, Ignite was one of them that was massive because of the people from. Well, the thing is too, I think it would still be a good server if NoPixel didn't update to 4.0 because that's where everybody was going. It was there, and I think it was the product. Not what it is Prodigy for our piece or the Red Dead server now, right? That's another one, right?
Yeah, Prodigy has a Redem server.
Yeah, that's the other one that's popping.
That's the one I was on.
Yeah,
I really liked it.
Yeah, because they went over there. A lot of the people from NoPixel, but when 4.0 came out, everybody kind of like went. But like, yeah, Prodigy fucking like came and went. But the thing is, I would love to see a server. Like, I hate when people look at a server and like look at it and like say for GTA 5, they see it and they're like, oh, modern age shit. Bro, you can do whatever the fuck you want with this server. You can make it into an apocalypse, you can make it into a future one, you can like completely change it and make it like an own type of like a different reality that you're living. Like maybe have it where technology doesn't exist, or have it where like some other things are like, use your creativity. So many people I see fucking cookie cutter trying to be like NoPixel type of server, and I'm like, bro, like it's so boring, especially like with the grinding mentality. That's also why I liked about Purple is you had you could do jobs for you could do jobs for the locals, right? And it was fun, especially because you were there with another person and you were like chatting with them and whatnot, and it was fun. Where I find like with other servers it's like, oh, let's go fishing or let's go like hunting and make some money, or like, oh, I have to work at fucking Uwu behind the counter and get paid. Like, bro,
I really wanna. I'm like trying to play Purple again, but my tab menu has stopped working and no one's helped me. So, and I'm just a little annoyed about it because I paid for Prio, but I know they're trying our best. I just wish I knew because it was fine before. I don't know what.
Yeah, I
Like,
was also
done everything
speaking.
possible.
Yeah, I was also speaking on stream as well.
Mm-hmm.
I know that like Red Dead is pretty like decent for like because it's done in like 1900s, right? Like you're
Yeah.
gonna have people RPing as different like because it's done in the like in the past. But it would be cool if they did it where they took like because I know there's a DLC in the first game where they make like a zombie DLC. If you could have an apocalypse while like an apocalypse not wild but apocalypse like RDR server, that would be fucking sick.
It would be cool if they did if like well, they did do the Halloween thing, which I was so sad. I like just came back from a break and I
Oh yeah,
missed
that
it. And I
with
was
the
like,
ghost. It was really good.
no.
It was really fun to
Oh,
see it because they had the
was
devs.
that last year?
Yeah, it was last Halloween. The
Okay, I
devs.
hope they do it
Yeah,
again.
it was a scavenger hunt, but pretty much there was like everybody got something out of it, right? Like they had custom dishes that they kind of gave away as prizes, and they had like the blood moon come in.
Cool.
Yeah, and they had all the characters were
The
in
blue, the moon.
Yeah, all the characters, the devs, they were they were RPing as ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Like they actually
Oh
had
my
like
god,
see-through.
did they look like?
Yeah, no, they had see-through ghost characters.
That's so fucking cool,
Yeah,
dude.
they had.
Why did I miss that? Oh,
Yeah, they
do it
had
again.
one guy was a scientist up in where the mutated pig is.
Uh-huh.
After that there was a ghost lady, and they RP'd the ghosts really well. Like they were like whimpering and like crying and whatnot. And one was up near the house that got hit with the meteor.
Yes, and the
One
guy
was
on the
yeah, one was there. Another one was it was a lady that was crying. You know where the murder house with all the blood is right by Valentine, like it's the basement.
Yes,
There was a lady that was
mhm.
there that was crying. Then over in Olympia, they had a guy locked in this jail cell that was asking like they were
so
asking
like that is so fucking
yeah.
cool. Like what server like
Yeah, that's
that?
See, if I had the chance, okay, if I could do stuff like that on Ivy, that would be, I would break the server with the amount of ideas that I could if I had the freedom with.
In Prodigy and Redem, I had access to the Metaped, which is like the special clothes, I guess.
Yeah.
And I was able to remove everything off my character so that they were invisible.
Oh.
Because my character, I perma'd. So, and then I reached out to, I don't know if you know who Gabby is in RP. She was like a voodoo priestess in this server, and they were doing a seance to contact my dead character.
Yeah.
And I was invisible, and I started like knocking pots and plants over, and I started like it was so
that would be
like
cool.
Oh my god, it was so much fun, dude.
It
was great. And then she like choked someone, and like it was crazy. It was just so fun.
I'm surprised that there hasn't been a dev who wanted to RP as like a ghost character, like go to like a cemetery in Saint Denis, and like just do some type of like other events like that. Like I would love to do. I hate the fact that, again, I don't know how the fuck Rockstar fucked it up so bad when it came to like people in one location having a bunch of issues. I know. Like, people were saying, like, in the past, like, when, like, servers started opening up for, like, GTA, they had the same issue, but they integrated something, so, like, they got rid of it. And I'm like, motherfuckers, integrate something into Redem, then, that stops the issue with dust picking up and, like, 30 people in one area. Like, it needs to happen because, like, oh my god, the events that could happen in certain areas would be absolutely amazing.
I agree.
Like, I know I made a suggestion in Wild, and I was saying, for events, if they can expand on the locations, like, have, like, the White Mansion in Saint Denis, have, like, saloons, have the Corrigan, have speakeasies, like, have tickets to go to all these other places. Because right now...
I feel like they'll definitely add that in the
future. Yeah, because like right now
different locations.
Yeah, because
especially since we're guinea pigging right now.
We're guinea pigs.
Yeah, we're guinea pigs right now for like testing it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like one of like the best people to kind of guinea pig like with events and whatnot, but I can't do my.
We're doing that now with the drama club with tickets.
Yeah, like I can't. Like, I feel like fucking the theater is the only place that actually makes any sense unless you have a play. But, like, other than that, those are the only, like, reasons of using the tickets for if you have a play, or, say, if I had the award ceremony. Like, I can't do other big events. Like you can't really do a ball.
You could do like a secret society meeting and have like tickets so only certain people could get in. I feel like you could utilize it in a lot of different ways. But you know what I think would be cool if someone did like a wedding at the theater and on the stage they put like all of their.
You actually gave me an idea of, because I told on Ivy, I think I mentioned Santalia too. I spoke to Josie, and I wanted her to do a murder mystery on the Corrigan, but I'm like, you could technically do a murder mystery in the theater itself. And have it where people. So how I would plan it out.
There's a lot of space, too.
Yeah, that's the only
space.
Yeah, it's the only place that either that or have it in.
Maybe for Halloween, that would be fucking.
Well,
cool.
unless the devs are gonna plan on something, because the devs go like in beyond when it comes to fucking.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
But have it where either that or use the circus in Armadillo, because that has like the whole back of it and everything, and like the whole like open space. I think that's probably what I would do, because it gives it also more of a spooky vibe, because you have the weird circus shit that's in the back in Armadillo.
But in Guarma might be interesting too.
You can't use any of the tickets at Guarma.
See,
but
I'm a Guarma girl. I love Guarma.
Yeah, but like how I was thinking of it is have like have a crate full of piece of paper saying like who you are or whatnot, and if there's somebody who has like it won't tell you like what the paper is. Like everybody will come as a certain character that they want to portray, and then have it being like innocent, and then like have like two people who are like killers, and
everyone dresses up as like characters.
As like different characters,
like you would.
Yeah,
I think a good spot for that too would be like the mayor's mansion.
Well, that's the thing too. That's why I said like having the White Mansion as an event,
a venue. You just have to do it like the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, and like I know a lot of people are telling Ivy like, oh well, people live there. I don't give a fucking shit if somebody lives there. Like,
I was gonna say the people who live there will be upset.
Like the people who live there won't notice that fucking 30 people are in their mansion anyway. Like when we have the event, but the thing is like nobody like that mansion is such an like it's such a good place, but such in a bad location because the amount of dust that kicks up. Is insane. Like I would even have it at the like Braithwaite Manor, but I mean Ivy knows that they have their dicks up their asses. Like that's how Ivy.
Yeah, Natalia's scared of the
Well, yeah, I was there. I was there.
Yeah, she was. That's like when we first like our characters first met up, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of first started being friends.
No, you were that was we were friends before that. You were picking.
For a while.
Yeah, we were there. Yeah, it was like
ginseng or something.
No, you were picking apples or something. Yeah, oregano or whatever. Because you were saying that you were there with Russo. This was I think last month or 2 months ago or whatever, and you were like, yeah, this crazy bitch came out and started yelling at me, and I was like, okay.
Oh my god.
Because we went to I was at the telegram station. We were talking outside, and she rode up behind you or whatever.
Oh my god, and we were just quiet, and it just went. Ugh.
Yeah. But no, like having more open buildings would be so nice. Like I don't know if Caliga Hall's been open. I don't think it has.
I don't think Miss Gray would come back.
Yeah, I don't.
And her and the Reverend would stay there, dude. Did you ever hear about that? Ralph's wedding.
Oh yes, yes, I heard. Yeah,
yes.
I heard. I was laughing. I was so.
Oh my god.
The Runaway Bride or whatever. Yeah.
I just finished playing Ralph's song to her, like their wedding song on piano.
Yeah.
And she ran off with the Reverend, and it was crazy, and he was so upset. I don't know why. For some reason, I thought it was gonna go through, but
I was dying of laughter. And like when I heard who the bride was, I'm like, okay. What? I was like, okay then, yeah, we're just gonna go with this.
Well, what happened was like I guess Miss Gray was like really liked Spink, and he was like, well, let me introduce you to my friend Ralph. And
completely different people.
We ran into someone that sounds like just like Ralph yesterday in Blackwater. It was nuts.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Excuse me. Oh god, I was telling Romeo the other day about this local, and I didn't know what the fuck. Do you have it sometimes where you go up to a local? I have it where like there's one in Saint Denis and one in the Parlor House in Rose, where subtitles will appear on your screen. Have you had that happen?
I think so.
Like there was like the one lady that's upstairs, like the NPC that's upstairs. Like if you walk past her, she's like, "Hey, honey, I can give you a nice time or whatever." Like she's
double take, and
yeah,
you're
she's
like,
like yeah, and then like her subtitles pop up for me. I'm like, what the fuck? And then there's I'm gonna call it a kid, not really a kid, but it sounds like the newspaper boy Ernie. Like it has almost the same type of like voice. Right behind like where the pond is by the sheriff's department in Saint Denis, there's a guy leaning against the fence in the back where like the pile of wood is. And Ivy was like, "Oh, I'm gonna fall asleep." He got so aggressive with Ivy, and like his subtitles were popping up too. And I'm like, "Motherfucker, I'm gonna knock you the fuck out!" Like I wasn't even doing anything, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then I told Romeo, and I'm like, "Romeo, there's a kid that's behind the fucking department. He's really aggressive." And Romeo's like, "Excuse me, what'd you say?" And I'm like,
aggressive? No, for sure. Sometimes, like, Natalia's not very intimidating. She's like a short ass fucking tempered little lady. So I have her ride around with like a mask on a lot. And a lot of the times these locals are like, "Why you got that mask on?" And then they get like really hostile too. So I just take it off. I'm like, "Oh my God."
Well, like even if you're just standing, well, like even if you're just standing there, like I was standing on the porch a while ago in Rhodes. I was reading a fucking poster, and this local fucking got aggressive at me and started punching me. So I pulled my pistol out, and he pulled his out, and I just fucking shot him off the deck. And I was just like, okay, continuing.
Ivy's a murderer.
Oh yeah, Ivy's fucking slaughtered so many locals.
Oh my God, Ivy's a serial killer.
Hey,
dude.
Ivy.
That's
besides a
not
local,
on my 2024 bingo card. That's not my 1903 bingo card.
Ivy is very terrifying if you piss her off. Okay, Ivy.
So Natalia, it's great.
Well,
I love that shit, dude.
So when I still had Frontier Foods going, like when it was like the peak of Frontier Foods, Clyde was working with Ivy, and he was one of my managers. And he was in the back of the medic office, and there was a guy. I was like, what is taking Clyde so fucking long? And a guy came in there and had a knife drawn to Clyde. My fucking character burst down the door and put my fucking bow up to his face. And this man fucking shit his pants. And I'm like, fuck off. And I'm like, don't come back. And he like kicked down the back door and ran off. Clyde was like
vigilantism. Arrested.
Clyde was staring at Ivy, and Clyde was like, "Oh my fucking God." I'm like, I ain't no bitch to fuck with.
Natalia just screamed at someone on Thursday. It was someone who was trying to go to the rehearsals. She was just having a bad day. She's like, "Listen, you are gonna leave this fucking theater."
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah.
And Spink was like, oh my God.
Yeah, most of the time, too, like, I always say this, like, criminals and whatnot are not the scariest people in the crossing. The scariest people
are the Sims when they're pissed off.
When the Sims, when you piss them off. Like, I said, like, on Ivy, I've told so many people this, and I'm like, you do not want to fuck with me, because I've done so many things, but I hunt animals for a fucking living, and I shoot them 50
people.
I shoot them 50 yards away in the fucking head. You think that a guy's gonna come to me and point a gun to my head? They're not gonna die within seconds. Like I told, like there's one guy, a part of the guild. His name is Deke, and I guess he got into, I don't know what gang he was getting in. The DeLobos. I think it was
you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was the DeLobos he was having an issue with, and I guess his group kind of resigns in Olympia right now, and like somebody was trying to take it over, and he brought a bow out, like he likes his bow, and he brought it out, and they had guns drawn, and he's like, "You're not gonna do much with the bow or whatever," and I guess he shot one of them and instantly killed them with the fucking bow, and I'm like, bro, the bow is the most deadliest weapon in the crossing. Fuck guns and all this shit. If you get hit with a bow, you're dead. Like, it is a massive fucking weapon that will like pierce your, like, So, and afterwards, I guess they kind of like, I don't know what gang it was, but they realized just
like Legolas, the Legolas of the crossing.
Yeah. So like,
or Toriel, right? Because she has red hair. She's like the Toriel.
Yeah. So like, I was saying to Romeo, and I'm like, I would raise my bow to somebody, and I'm like, could you imagine somebody coming up to like the guild and trying to fuck with us? I'm like, yeah, I'm like, that wouldn't end well for them. because we have so many good hunters too.
The hunting, like that would be really dumb because I feel like I keep going into the fucking accent when I'm like talking to you because I'm so used to talking to you as an Italian in RP.
Yeah.
It's so bad, but because I feel like the Hunters Guild is very like gentle, but I feel like you wouldn't want to piss them off, you know?
Oh yeah, no.
Like that would be dumb. That would be
Bro,
like pissing off a
Ivy
gang of
goes
snipers in GTA.
Ivy goes and fucking fist fights wolves for a living and fucking cougars. Like I beat like like I'm not afraid of like any of these animals. Like I have been through it so many times already. But again, this is the same thing too. Like you don't want to piss me off. Like our aim in the server is insane. Like we have pretty much some of the best sharpshooters when it comes to like bows. And
I love
like,
though. I love being fake angry and being like, and using all that anger you've pent up IRL and just like releasing it. Oh, it's great. Or like,
that's why.
Or like, what would they really say right now? You know, like, what if Nat was really pissed off? Like,
yeah,
what would she think is an insult? What would she say? Like, I love that. I love the psychology of.
I don't think I can't remember a time where Ivy got to the point of like her being like lividly pissed off, because I mentally cannot handle being like I get massive headaches when I get to that degree of anger.
My heart races.
But I feel like I would scare a bunch of people if I got to that point. Like I was with them like
Natalia's gonna be like, calm down, Ivy, really.
Oh, I would put a bullet in somebody's head if they got to like if I got to that degree of anger.
What would I don't know what would make her that mad though?
I have no idea, to be honest. Like that's the thing. Like for me too, like I think also too that's why I haven't touched like romantic RP. Like I know I had a little bit of it with oh my god, why can't I remember her character's name?
Yeah.
Yep.
Harriet,
thank you. Yeah. I had a little bit of it, but she was a ranger, so it's not like really anybody who was gonna like she wasn't around me like 24/7, right? But like I always find like if I get in a relationship, like Ivy knows like that's gonna be your weak link is having that person like
it's my weakness.
Yeah, like and like Ivy's like that's also too something why Ivy's kind of not like I will like joke around and be like, oh, this person's cute or whatever. But I'm scared to like be in a relationship because of that.
I mean, you should be. People are weird as fuck. Luckily, Michael, who is Spank, is like not weird as fuck.
Yeah, like
I will not. Of us are. It's like great.
Yeah. Also, I don't need.
But then what I told you happened to me in Purples. A guy I've known for like a year. Good friend. Thought we had many good conversations. Just I don't know.
Yeah.
Started saying some weird shit.
Yeah.
Weird ass sexual shit, and I'm like,
why? Yeah.
Well,
like that's the thing. Like with me, like I when I used to be in GTA, I find it. I don't find that in like happening in Red Dead. Like I do not see it as much as I would in GTA. Like GTA is literally the center. If you ever want to like if you search up like the word ERP in the dictionary, I think GTA RP would pop up. To be honest, like the amount of shit that happens and the amount of
I've been in servers where they have like fucking doggy style emotes, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, I forget who I was watching. It was somebody's TikTok. It was one of the big streamers from NoPixel, and they went into a server and they had that. And the one guy was like looked away from his his character looked away because he was like spazzing out. He's like, what the fuck is this? Like
I was once in a server where it was encouraged. In fact, it was like open. Like one time my friends were like walking down the street in an alleyway and there was someone giving
oh no.
There was someone giving someone a blowjob in the alleyway. Fuck? And they like encouraged it in the server, and it's like you would walk up on that shit all the time.
So if you want to find that server, it won't be on Twitch. It'll be on Pornhub. Got it?
Yes, it closed because there was a rumor that started that the owner of the server was using the money to buy wigs on like Amazon or something.
What the fuck?
Something like super dumb. Loved that server.
God, Jesus Christ.
I did not partake, by the way.
Well, no, I know that you wouldn't.
I'm just saying.
Anything, but I would. Yeah, see, the thing is, too, you have to be very careful, too, on Twitch with stuff like that. Then again, they allow people to show their boobas and other...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, so, did you... I watched somebody reacting to... I guess it was the owner of Twitch or something like that. He's, like, an older man. and he was showing a new thing to somebody on his phone, like a new for like on the phone app, right? And his recommendation feed. Oh my god.
Oh god, what is it?
It was all the hot tub streams and stuff like that, and all like
my
god. Yeah, and like he was so innocent about it, like he didn't but everyone watching it knew what the fuck it meant and stuff like that.
That's hilarious.
And like the YouTubers I was watching, they were dying of laughter because like he's so innocent, he fucking does not see because and then
it's
like,
always the innocent ones that
he was
freaks,
like the streamers were also saying like no wonder these people fucking get banned and come back right away because like this is the person
like,
the person, yeah, right. So like I was dying when I saw that video. I was like, bro, why?
That's crazy. I was gonna say that in that server I was into, they had like skins like that where you could just be, like The Sims nude. And what happened was one of the really big streamers in there was doing an event, and one of the girls wasn't wearing like panties under her skirt, and flashed on Twitch like her whole coochie.
Oh god.
And so they removed it. Like the next day they removed it from the game, and they're like, we can't do this anymore, and they called her out and she was like, sorry guys.
What do you mean sorry? You knew what you were doing, like.
Oh my god. She
god.
just didn't. I'm like, girl, put your fucking panties on.
Yeah, no one needs to see that.
Christ.
No one needs to see your beef curtain.
That shit was crazy.
Bro, fucking hell. Like so I know in NoPixel, he's very like aware of like being careful of it, but Mr. K, right?
Yeah,
he has the thong, the thong. Actually, no, sorry, it's his robe. It's his bathrobe. If he takes it off, his character is naked, and he's flashed a few people in the server with it. But he's very careful.
Is it like invisible and pixelated?
No,
it's
a little tic tac,
Oh my god, stop! Actually,
it's a little tic. Yeah, I think
hilarious.
I think he might have showed a clip about it, like without being censored before. But he's flashed. I've seen a few like TikTok videos where like people get like flashbanged by it, and it's just like, bro. But he's like very he doesn't usually use it. Like he usually twice a year or something.
Like, I would use it on you, but I'm not going to every Joe Schmo around town.
Just fucking cover those
flashing my dick to everybody.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That's why I was shocked when I saw in Wild that they brought the, the belly dancer outfit in. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't know that was a thing, and I don't even know if anybody's used it yet in the Crossing.
Yeah, some people have, and you can, layer it under stuff, even though you can't wear it correctly. I'm sure there's stuff like that for guys, too.
Yeah, I was going through, and I was like, I think it was, the belt for it. The belt for it looks sick. It's so cool, but I wish you could, because I would put it on my, my Hunter Guild outfit, but you can't colorize it. It's literally, the basic shit, and I'm like, no. So, I'm hoping that...
I like the new hairs. The no hairs. Thank God.
Yeah, well, the one hair goes with Sylvia really well, because the high end. Oh, another thing as well.
Classy girls.
Yeah. So another thing as well is because I felt really bad because like I said, I didn't realize, I completely forgot Chevalier's first name is Sylvia, and I completely didn't realize until after.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
oh my god! I'm just remembering. That's horrible.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay.
Fuck,
I mean,
dude.
Yeah, but I mean,
does she have a middle name?
No.
Fuck.
But so what I came up with is because Sav's character, her nickname is Dimples. That's what we're gonna call her.
Yeah.
So you guys know, for me, my nickname is you guys are gonna call me Silver. Is what it's going to be.
Silver. Yeah. Okay, great. Because
yeah, so that's going to be what you guys are going to call me.
Such bad timing.
Yeah, because I was like, when I made the character, it didn't even hit me. I just I'm like, oh, let's just jump names. And then the moment that I finished creating it, I'm like, wait a minute, why does that sound familiar? And I'm like, oh, fuck me sideways. But I mean, it is a name at the end of the day. Like, how many other names in the server are the same? Like, how many? Well,
it's just a bad coincidence because she was a really good friend of Ivy's wife who died.
Wait, what?
A month after they got married.
Wait, what?
I said Ivy's friend, Sylvie.
No. I'm talking about Sylvia Chevalier, the one that the sheriff. She's alive still.
Yeah.
She's alive.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Sylvia.
No. She's dead.
Chevalier shouldn't be, unless I don't know about
Chevalier is okay. Maybe you don't know
because
no better, no better.
Yeah, because I know from me talking to yeah, because I know
that's why I was confused. I figured you knew.
Yeah, because I know William. Well, I can't remember his last name.
William Fletcher.
Fletcher. Yeah, they're married in the game, so I'm like, I don't know, but I haven't seen any article on it though, so that's why I'm like, what the hell? Because I would have seen it in the newspaper.
Yeah.
Unless she faked her
death.
I
don't know. I think it's like a private. Oh, why would Sylvie why would she fake her death?
I don't know.
A silly goose. I mean, it's happened before. It's happened many a time.
I'm still waiting though on certain people to come back into the crossing that Ivy knows, and just to wait on the Telegram, because I've had Discord messages being like, oh, these, like, I'm come back, like I really miss Ivy, like,
that's sweet.
I don't know, so like the two characters.
People actually, I get so many message requests, and they're always like, oh, I love Natalia, and they're like, oh, I can't wait. Like I get so many all the time, so like I know exactly what you're.
Yeah. Like, I have people who've RP'd with me, like, 2 years ago when I first came into, the server. And then, like, recently, I think it was before the update happened, I received 2 from, like, some people. And I'm just waiting, like, I think one of them actually telegrammed Ivy before. And I was like, oh my fucking god. And then I heard nothing back from the person. It's like, okay then. So. But I am curious to see where 2.0 comes from. Like, or where it goes, like the next update. You still there? Toasty?
I accidentally muted myself, and I was like, why are you ignoring me?
Huh? Yeah, well, I heard, like, you cut out, and I was like, I didn't know if you, like, panicked, like, muted your mic or something.
I must have, like, bonked it with my face or something.
just like, face
that happened. I guess. I don't know why. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, I had to laugh. I had to laugh too. Like, so back in the day when, like, Atticus was still in the server.
I love Atticus.
He, like I said, he's in the UK, right? So his time zone is different from ours. It's like 5 hours ahead.
Toots. Love him.
So
he's in range, I think.
It was, yeah, he's in, yeah. But it was funny because he would always ride, like, when we got later, he would ride on someone else's horse because he couldn't, like, mentally, like, pay attention. And the one day, actually, no, this happened more than once, but the one day in particular, he kept falling asleep on our horses, like in the game, like IRL, he would fall asleep while he was in the server.
Oh my god.
He fell asleep. He fell asleep the one day, and he was on the back, I think, of one of my friend's horses. So we were riding and whatnot, and like we could hear him snoring through his mic.
Oh my god.
It was so, we were dying, and then all of a sudden, I forget what the I don't know why, but he was having a dream, I think, about Family Guy. And my one friend, his name was Ezra, right? And he was like,
that sounds really familiar. Too.
Yeah, he was in Frontier Foods for a while, and it wasn't the Ezra, it wasn't Missy's Ezra, it was a whole different person. And he was like, I don't know how this happened, but we were having just a random conversation, and all of a sudden he starts talking in his sleep, and all he says is "Bye, Meg," and in his sleep, and we were dying of laughter. We were like, what the fuck? So now, like, to this day, we roast him about it.
I think a lot of those things, like hearing things in the background, like, are really funny, but I just make RP out of it. Like,
like we were like, we knew,
with it.
Yeah, we knew that he fell asleep on the back of the horse. Like, I mean, we could physically hear him snoring, and like the amount of places that I would like, I at the point, like before he left, I got to the point where, like, if he fell asleep, Ivy would leave him in random locations around the crossing. Because I was like,
that's so sad. I would take him and like put him in a bush somewhere, tie him up with rope.
Well, like, what
do you do?
I told him, and I said, if you're tired, go to bed. Don't stay on your character, because I get stuck with your fucking character. I don't know what to do. So like the one day he fell asleep, I
DM them and be like, hey bestie.
Yeah, well, like the one day he fell asleep on Ivy's horse, and I had to go fucking do something. And I'm like, bitch, wake the fuck up. And he wasn't. So I rode to Olympia, and I went upstairs in the bar, and I hogtied him, and I left him in the corner upstairs in the bar, and I just left. And I was like, have fun. And then like a few times, like leave. What?
You know what? Sorry, I had an idea. I was like, you know what would be cool? You know how there's like phones in Blackwater or in the Bastille?
Wait, there's
there's telephones.
Oh,
there's telephones. Yeah. If those worked, like, how cool would that be?
Oh, that would be interesting.
Oh, that would be
Okay, I
Neat.
suggested this. I don't actually. I did. I think I did. I think I suggested this a while ago. If the server came out with record players, because like there is the record like players around the crossing, and
In
actually
Ranch, there were record players and
yeah, and like if you could have an actual record studio in like Saint Denis or something like that, and like you could get people from all around the crossing, they could actually record, something and put it on these physical discs or whatever, and they could people could sell them, and then if you wanted to buy a record player and you could bring it in, like put it in your house, you could play their music.
it's called a phonograph, Naughty.
A phono is that what it is? A phonograph? Yeah.
Phonograph.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, phonograph, record player, same thing, it's just different evolution.
Yes.
But yeah,
The olden
having
days.
but have something like that would be really fucking cool because there's so many like new singers and artists coming into the crossing now.
I love it. I heard this guy busking like outside of the Saint-Denis telegram office, and I was like, I'm never singing again. This guy is so good. I was like,
yeah,
this is
there's a lot
incredible.
of them. There was a woman. I don't know if I don't think she wasn't singing. She was playing like a guitar, but she was playing.
Mishka?
No, it wasn't Mishka. It was
Mishka's been playing a lot of guitar. She's starting on
yeah.
like
This
making a
character
record company in Saint-Denis.
Yeah, this character though was different. It wasn't dressed as Mishka. It was like more of like a proper, like, like like something like our English characters, like something like that. And she was playing guitar, and she was
Somebody more
playing.
proper.
She was playing. Well, not saying like Mishka isn't like, but she wears like cowboy hats and stuff like that. But this girl, like, she was playing guitar, but to like modern songs and stuff like that. And I was just listening to it as I was answering my telegrams. I'm like, holy fuck, this is good. Whether or not it was like her actually playing a guitar or not, I don't know.
I would much rather listen to that than trumpets or like that.
Oh
In
yeah.
Rhodes, there's that guy with the jaw harp. I'm like, shut up. Shut the hell up.
Oh my god, ever a fucking torture method of WoW? Just string somebody up and fucking get trumpets and play it around.
Honestly, someone should do that. Oh my god, there is someone in Blackwater now. What's his name? Charles? No, I forget, but he's doing like candy grams.
Uh-huh.
And after Nat and Spink made up, he got them like a got her a candy gram, and he did this whole like song, and it was adorable. I'm like, that's what he needs to do too, is do like deliver bad news and like do stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I've seen people in the crossing do that before. Like
I haven't, and I love it.
yeah, that's the thing too. I want more like there needs to be more unique people like that in the server, just kind of like make like
Unique
more
characters.
fun, like because I know, like I said before, there's a lot of cookie cutter
You want more like
characters.
diverse comedy characters, but a lot of people don't like know how to RP with comedy characters. Like I
Well, not
remember
just comedy
like,
characters, but I mean like
yeah.
people that kind of are like
Mhm.
can become a staple of the crossing.
See,
Like
to me, those are all like. Do you remember Miss Goose?
yeah, oh my god, yeah, yes,
I fucking
yes,
loved Miss Goose. That shit to me, all the iconic people are all the comedy characters. Like
yeah.
maybe it's just because I just have such an appreciation for that. But like my one character, her name was Rainbow, and she came from a farm, and she had like 18
Oh, I
brothers
think
and
I remember.
sisters,
Yeah, I think I remember
and
her.
she lived with her papa. Some people just didn't know how to react to her because she's not. She's like, I'm a horse communicator, like
Yeah.
which I understand, but I love it personally. I eat that shit up. Please role play with me with your comedy characters. I love it.
Yeah.
There's something about like being a character that just talks like this, talking to someone like goofy.
Yeah. That's the
Or
thing too
opposite,
that
it's
always
great.
that's the type of characters too though that I like to hover around where they have like a certain like quirk to
Or
them.
they're emo.
Or like yeah, they
What's
have
Natalia's quirk?
unfiltered, especially when we were with Ivy. Like we can bounce off of each other. That's why I also
Oh my god, that
like
shit.
that's why I
makes me
like being
laugh.
around with Ailish too. Ailish and I are terrifying two people to be around. Like if we
You guys are just funny together.
it is so bad. Like I will say this. I actually have competition of like I don't know if you've ever met the people of Pronghorn before, but my god,
Yeah,
they are
sit there.
more unfiltered than Ivy is. They
I don't know if that's possible.
Oh, if you heard what they so I don't know
bite my tongue. It's you, sir. I don't bite my thumb at you, sir. I
Well,
don't know if I believe
well, they
that.
were having the Corrigan was having their Flampit game, right? And there's the two teams. There was the one with shirts, and there was like non-shirts or like shirts and skins, whatever. The comments that they were making to the shirtless guys, and I was like, oh my god. I was they had the entire like crowd cracking up laughing because of how unfiltered it was.
Hilarious.
I was sitting there and I was like, bro, I just had to walk over closer to them just to hear it because it was like making my night. And like even Carlo was laughing, like everyone was giggling. I was like, bro, it was so bad. And like I had to like interject into like, you know, it's a conversation with a few little like things here and there, but I'm like, I'm just gonna let them fucking run with it. So
Hey, listen. I used to be a Flampit hater, but after watching that one game, I'm hooked.
Yeah, it is fun, especially when you're a part of it and whatnot. The thing is, that's always how it goes. You have to physically, like, you can talk about it and whatnot, but if
I want Nat to play it. Like, she's a tomboy, like, into that shit, and now I'm like, God, it just kind of look fucking fun.
It is. Ivy was.
Spink's gonna be like, "Are you crazy? What's wrong with you?"
It is so much fun.
Natalia. Especially, he'll be there as a cheerleader.
Yeah, it is. Put Spink in a dress.
Yeah,
fucking
he would be so cute.
Oh god, but no,
Michael would be like fucking down for that.
Yeah, but just like have like, because it's nice that they made it a little like area for like sports behind like the Rhodes Market. So
I love that setup. It's super cool.
Yeah, they made it more fun.
Legit, dude. Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, let's go over here.
Yeah, and use it and whatnot. Like Ivy did it in Gorma. Like for me, I wouldn't do it like every time we would have it. I would do it like once in a blue moon, but you would like need like a team of like 6 and whatnot. So like I feel like I would ask like Romeo and like we'd get like a bunch of people together just to have like, you know, a fun little like fun game. I will say they do need to adjust the times like they were talking about, because that was way too fucking long. Like after you left, it still went on for like a good like hour, and until they got to like the second half of the game, and then like half the people left.
Like I said, I don't got patience, girl.
Yeah, well, they were trying to make it like I forget how long. I think it was 6 minutes that they made each side. But thing is, if you have someone who's got like, you know, every time they got tackled, you have like they stop the timer, right? And the moment that the person picked up the pellet is when they would start the timer again, right? So it just made it even longer. Like you're adding more minutes on it. So they're like, yeah, we're probably just gonna bring it to like 3 minutes, and then, you know, go from there. So we'll see how that turns out.
I understand.
Oh, I have gotten a thingy. Is that from you? Ah, I see. Bitch, you could have just told me that.
What?
You could have just told me that. No, I don't. I mean, we went live on the podcast.
I could talk to you forever.
I know. We could. Hey, if Sav was here in this conversation, we would.
On also like we just beep bop and back and forth from topics, and it's never like.
Yeah, if Sav was here too, it would just like intensify everything, and we would probably get even more unfiltered and whatnot.
That would be crazy. It would be unhinged.
Yeah, I have a feeling tomorrow she's gonna probably feel Sav. Oh my god, there you are! What the fuck? What, twerking your fucking sheep asses at us, Bish? How you been?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, is she here? Yeah, she's in my chat. Motherfucker, did you fall asleep? Were you asleep? I fell asleep. I thought you did. We're probably gonna end the podcast here though, soon. So like, also tomorrow, I was telling Toasty about Dying Light. If you'd be interested in playing that, like the first one, we can do that tomorrow. If you wanna join, oh my god, I need something to do tomorrow. Good, or just fell asleep. Yeah, you're good.
Spooky.
What'd you say?
So you could play something spooky.
Yeah, I know that Phasmophobia.
Horrible day at work. I'm sorry you had a bad day at work. Girls, go smoke some of that Zaza. Feel a lot better. Have a glass of wine. Relax.
Yeah.
Treat
Dying
yourself.
Light, yes, right? The first one, yeah, because you bought it as well, and so did Toasty. So all three of us, we will be really bad at playing the game and probably make the zombies uncomfortable with what we probably would say in the game. So Yeah, because I think you can play up to 4 people, maybe. I'm not too sure. I have to. What does it say on Steam? What is it? Let me see quickly. Dying Light. It just says online co-op. It doesn't say how many. What that means. I don't know if it's 2 people or online PvP. There's that. I think that might be it. I don't know. We'll figure it out tomorrow though. Because like I said, I really want you guys would love the second one too. I have it. I just couldn't stream it because my fucking last computer was a fucking potato. All right. But yeah. So.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. Well, I'm saving it for my one friend. She just moved into a new place and like she wants to get into playing like games and stuff like that on her free time. So I'm like, hey, here you can have my old computer that I won't use, but it's still decent at playing games. You just can't stream it. I think 4 maybe. Yeah. So, but I definitely want to just play some fun story-driven games like that with you guys. Because, like I said, I feel bad, like, when people, like, I say I'm a gamer, and all I've been doing is role-playing. Like, I haven't played any other games in such a long time, but I want to play with people that I know. Like, I don't want to just be like, I'm gonna play this solo, you know? So, that's a thing. But, I guess, you're gonna bounce now, Toasty?
Yes, I'm gonna skedaddly do.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, like I said, I'll probably have this like every Saturday if you guys are down for it.
Yeah.
Just to kind of do a little thing because it's fun, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll probably end it here as well, and then tomorrow we'll play some Dying Light. Because why not? How do I get out of this? How do I stream? I'll end this, so I appreciate it. You know, like I said, I think this was really good, like really smart that we it's gonna leave me out of note. It's really smart that we do this because literally all of us. Sorry, ads. No, you're fine. I don't know if you're still hearing it or if the ads are still okay. We're back. Yeah. No, we're just gonna end it. But tomorrow we'll play some Dying Light. But yeah, we're gonna leave this here. Yeah, if every Saturday we want to make the podcast a thing, we can. But for now, like I said, thanks you for everyone tuning in, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow with some Dying Light. So,
take care, brush your hair.
Okay, goodbye.